What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome to another Throwback Thursday video. Today, we begin our journey officially on Madden 2005. Last episode, last Thursday, we started the game, we started our franchise, we picked our team, Washington, we did our fantasy draft. We ended up with the number one overall pick. I could not believe it. I was shocked. Could not believe my eyes. So, I ended up choosing Randy Moss. Maybe that was the wrong choice. I don't know. I love Randy Moss. He's my favorite player of all time outside of Tom Brady, so I had to choose Randy Moss. So then we go through the rest of the draft. We did training camp. We simulated the preseason, and now we're ready for today's episode, which is going to be the entirety of the regular season. We're going to simulate the games, simulate hopefully the playoffs. I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs, but we'll through all that, the offseason, everything like that, and then get to season number 2 to start for next Thursday. But we are going to be limiting how many episodes we do for this. I'm probably not going to end the series officially, but once we get closer to College Football 27 coming out, which is probably pretty soon as of recording this, it's actually, I think as of recording this, the early access, the 7-day early access, if you have the membership, which I do unfortunately have the membership, you can start playing the game. So I'm probably as you're watching this, I'm probably in the midst of recording College Football 27 content. So we're probably going to be putting a pause on this series for a little bit because do I want to do it every Thursday? Because I want to obviously upload a ton of College Football 27 content when the game comes out, and I will be doing that. But I don't know if I want to waste a whole, not waste, but I don't know if I want to specifically have a day set only for this video in the series. Because what if I want to upload a College Football 27 video on Thursday one day? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know what I want to do, but I do know that I want to get through the first season in today's episode. So if you go to enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's get into. Oh, I wanted to point out one last thing. In the last episode, we listened to the Tony Bruno show, and unfortunately, I got hit with some massive copyright from the Tony Bruno show, NBC, all that kind of stuff. Whatever it was, it was not kind to me. So I had to like change the audio, so if the audio sounds weird and it's a little bit too loud or whatever, like that's why it was, because I just had to like on the fly change it so I could still make some money off the video and not get hit with like copyright or anything. So unfortunately, we won't be listening to the intro and outro and all the music for Tony Bruno's show. We will still be listening to the actual show when he's on the radio talking. But as of listening to the music, can't do that anymore. So all those parts will be muted. The rest of the show we'll listen to, but luckily for us, we're only going to be listening to like one episode or two episodes max in this video because we're going to be simulating a lot, so it's not going to really matter. And we might even get in and jump in get some gameplay. I have no idea. Probably. Who knows? If you go to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, join the Juice Club, and let's get into season number 1 of this fantasy draft rebuild on Madden 05. All right, here we are in the main menu again of Madden 05, and as soon as I load into this franchise, we should be getting the Tony Bruno show from the start of the season, so I'm just going to let it play. Obviously, you won't hear the intro music. You'll hear when he starts talking, though. But I wanted to load in right away so I didn't have to, like, skip through the beginning and miss any of the show. And here we go. So, you shouldn't hear any of this. I hear it, though. It's awesome. Fantastic. But you won't be able to hear any of this. The first time you'll be able to hear it is
Hey,
now.
I'm Tony Bruno. All right, everyone, I know you're as excited as I am about the upcoming plate of games for week number
I'm
1.
very excited,
We're going to
Tony.
have a boatload of information for you. Don't you even think about moving from the spot you're in right now, because we
Don't
have
you do it.
news and fun coming up. Stay tuned.
And then again, their music playing, you can't hear this either.
Hey, I got to
Now you
talk
can
about
hear
a recent trend in the NFL, and that's coaches who have complete control of the team. You know, the guys who are both the head coach and the
it. Bill
GM?
Belichick.
Now, don't get me wrong. I can see where these guys are coming from. I get it. If you're the guy who's got to cook the meal, you sure want to be the guy who buys the groceries.
True.
But not everybody's successful at this, and a lot of these guys struggle, and then that cripples the entire franchise,
That is
sometimes for
true.
years.
Yeah.
Some of
That's
these
what
coaches
happened
are
to Bill
just better
Belichick at the
X's
end
and
of his
O's
tenure.
guys, and the distraction of the GM role causes even more problems. Then you have guys like former Coach of the Year Bill Belichick, who is considered one of the
Look at
better
that.
GM coaches out there. He knows his way around the
He was
sidelines and
considered
the
that.
draft room. And if you ask me, that makes him twice as valuable. Maybe they ought to give him another raise.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
it's time to see what our
Well, I mean,
listeners
he
think
still
about
wins more
this.
Super
Hey,
Bowls
Tony,
after
thanks for
this,
taking my
obviously.
call. Oh, first of
Who's
all,
this
these
bum?
guys don't need to be paid twice as much. I mean, they're already making enough money as it is.
True.
But it is their decision to play both roles because they feel like they want to do something right and they know they have to do it themselves. I guess their mentality is they want to have total control of the team. But it's tough. I mean, they gotta make game plans and then also scout the free agents and rookies. I mean, that's a lot for one guy to handle. But it's more power to them. I got a lot of respect for those guys. Obviously their families probably don't like they don't get to see them that often. But hey, they're in total control of the team, and if something goes wrong, it's pretty much their fault. So if they want to stick up and be in a position to put themselves out there like that, then hey, good for them. But to sum up here, Tony, I really don't think it's a good idea for head coaches to do both roles. I mean, like I said, it's tough enough to do one thing and just prepare for Sundays, but get alone doing all the off-season scouting and all that stuff. On top of it, it's just too hard. And you want your head coach focused on Sundays and getting his team ready and prepared, and not having to worry about contract issues and free agents and rookies and all that stuff. So there's a lot of guys. There's very few guys that do both roles, but the ones that do, it's a tough job. Tony, that's about all I got. So I made my point, and thanks for taking my call.
Did you
Hey,
make
those
your
things you
point?
mentioned,
That
especially
was
on
the
the
most
scouting of
bland,
players, it just seems like
milk
it's too much
toast,
for one guy now.
not
And I think some of these guys,
important call I've ever
they're
heard. That
overwhelmed.
guy said
They don't
nothing.
realize what this
You
job's
know what
going
we
to take,
call
and
that
they
in the
miss out on
business?
the
We call
family
that
time.
word
It's
salad.
hard work, man.
You say a
Appreciate
lot
the
of
call. Take
nothing,
care.
basically. There was nothing there. He said a lot of words that didn't mean anything. Like what was that? That was the worst call I've ever heard. That was horrible. They're playing music, by the way.
We've
Now
got
you
an
can hear.
update out of Detroit.
Out of Detroit. What's happening in Detroit?
Michael Vick has won the starting quarterback job. It was a
Oh,
fierce competition. Both players
oh!
showing
I
signs
can't
that could
believe
lead this
Michael
team
Vick
to
won the
victory. But in
starting
the
job.
end,
Who is he going up
one
against?
proved a little more worthy than the other. This has got to be one of the toughest decisions a coach makes. Here are two guys who can both throw the ball well, have lots of talent, are likable. I mean, it doesn't get any more difficult than this.
You're battling
Ultimately, the
between
decision was based on
Vic and
leadership.
Jeff
Actually, the
Garcia?
coach said he felt this was going to be the determining factor all along. He said the talent levels were equal, and he was looking for that ever-important intangible quality.
That's crazy. You're having a quarterback controversy between Michael Vick and
Let's
Jeff
go to the
Garcia.
phones to see what some of you think.
Hey, Tony, thanks for the call, man. It might have been a tough decision for the coach, but I think it was a
A
win-win.
tough
I
decision.
don't think he could have picked a bad quarterback here. They're both
I get
very
he's an
good
88
players.
overall,
They're
but
both
it's
very
Jeff
smart
Garcia.
players.
You got Michael
Talent-wise,
Vick.
I think it was a real close race, but I think you got to go with the experience and you got to go with the leadership.
He's
I mean,
10
that's
years
going to win every
younger.
time. I
He's
think you
unbelievably
got a great
fast.
year from this guy. You got a good possibility of the guy next year. This move, I'm excited about seeing the team. I think we got the playoffs in our future. And Tony, maybe you should start pitting those tickets. I think we're ready to go.
Hey, good call.
No,
Thanks for dialing in.
no, it wasn't.
That's another week that's in the books,
That was
sports
not.
fans. I'm Tony Bruno, inviting you to join us next time for more breaking news from around the league. See ya.
That was not a good call. I don't know what. Why would he just lie? More Tony Bruno show?
Hey, I'm Tony Bruno. All right, everyone, I know you're as excited as I am about the upcoming plate of games for week number
Is this
1.
gonna be the same
We're
thing?
going to have a boatload of information
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
There is information aplenty coming your way. You don't want to miss it, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
This is probably the same thing he was just talking about. It's probably just replaying the same episode. I just want to make sure though.
Hey, I got to talk about a recent trend in the NFL, and that's coaches who have complete
Yeah, okay.
control of the
He's just
team.
playing. He's just playing the
guys who
same
are both
thing.
the
We
head
don't need to
coaches.
listen to this. We don't need to listen to this again. He's just playing the same thing over again. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing that we did again in the Madden 25 series with the Raiders. We're gonna simulate the games like this, but unlike that series where we couldn't really jump in because it kept freezing and it was all kinds of bad. This shouldn't have that problem, at least hopefully not. So I'm thinking we might be able to jump in and get some gameplay with this team. And I'm thinking what better way to jump in than in the first game of the season. So that is what we're gonna do. And I just simulated the game, didn't I? Oh no, okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna jump in, play. I don't have a second controller. I don't know why it's says that I do. We're gonna jump in and play against John Gruden and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And how you doing, little partner?
Fine. And it's little visitor now. Attaboyoli's how you say it in Cherokee.
Oh, well, pardon my French, but I'll be damned.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
We're live and getting ready for what should be another great NFL matchup. Welcome to this matchup between two teams from the NFC as Washington gets ready for their battle against Tampa Bay. Hi, and welcome everyone to another great NFL football telecast brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. I'm Al Michaels, joined by John Madden.
This offense believes that their conditioning sets them apart from other teams. They can wear down any defense in the league, so they never get tired. So you won't see those big old linemen with their hands in their hips very often. Also, they have great preparation. They know what all your defensive schemes are and what plays to call against them to beat.
John, this defensive unit plays every game at top intensity. They have a strong front seven and are extremely tough up the middle. That being said, they know their pass defense has to get better, so they've taken steps to improve in that department and have used a more frequent rotation of defensive backs.
This is what football is all about. Look at all those guys down there getting all pumped up. They're really fired up and getting ready for this one.
And let's go to the field.
All right, we're not going to play the whole game, obviously, but I just want to get a little bit of gameplay in here since you guys haven't really seen that much. Let's do this, baby. Game number 1 of the season, of season 1. Tampa Bay and Washington. And I got to remember how to play. It's been a week.
From the 7-yard line to the 20.
Oh, Steve Smith. Okay, Steve Smith going nowhere. We should have Palmer starting, right? They were showing... I got to turn this down a little bit. They were showing Ben Roethlisberger warming up. And he is starting. Why is Ben Roethlisberger starting? Hold on. It should be Palmer. Oops, that's not the right thing. Why did they choose Ben Roethlisberger over Carson Palmer? Very strange. We want Palmer to be starting. So Roethlisberger will get the first throw of the game. And you know what? Might as well see what he's got. Is that open? It is with Steve Smith. All right, so Ben Roethlisberger can say he's completed a pass. Good for him. Let's hand the ball to Rudy Johnson, see what we got.
You can go with the play fake.
Rudy up the middle. Rudy trying to squeeze through. He does. Gets a couple yards. Good job, Rudy. I want to play out of the shotgun, though. I think that's where I feel my most comfortable in this game. All right, we got Moss coming across the middle. We got Steve Smith going deep. Remember, we only have like 2 wide receivers that are usable, and then Tony Gonzalez. No, Tony! You can't drop that, Tony. I'm kind of feeling Steve Smith here. No, Randy Moss is open. Yeah, Randy's wide open. Unfortunately, he didn't turn it up the field. That was a good play by... Did they run it? Did they just draft the Bucks?
The thing about a pass like that is it cuts down on the time the defender has to react to where the ball's headed.
Dropping back, looking downfield.
I forget how to scramble. No! I could have scrambled there. How do I scramble again? I forget how to do that. Controller layout, passing, rushing. Oh, L2 turns off the pass. Okay. So when you turn off the passing icons, that's when you can start sprinting. I forgot how to do it. I apologize. I could have made something out of that. But I can... Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I gotta remember that circle is not... or triangle is not a play. Alright, we're gonna go for this. I know it's risky, but we're gonna go for this. Might as well. Yeah, so if I do this, then I sprint. Okay, that works. That's open, though. That's wide open. It's Dixon! Dixon Sider! Boom! Let's go, baby. That's what Carson Palmer does. Just like if we had Michael Vick. Oh, I should have taken Michael Vick. Little toss to Rudy Johnson. That's not open. He got a yard, didn't he? He got 2 yards. That's pretty impressive. Let's go play action. I like how simple the play calls were back then. Just play action. There's no added on words to it. Motions. Oh!
Brought down, it's a huge loss. Rice went right after
That's Simeon Rice? He got to me unbelievably quick.
And the sack really helps in the game of field position. It puts him in a long
I was not prepared for him to get there so quick.
that gives the advantage.
That's a 3rd and 19 now. All right. A little bit of a tricky situation here.
Palmer from the shotgun.
I got to just send it to Smith and see what happens. Steve Smith! He caught it! Steve Smith!
Yeah, you talk about your deep cleaner. That's what happened there. He unloaded.
Let's go, Steve! That's why you draft Steve Smith, baby. That's why you draft Stevie boy. Oh my god! They were in the backfield before I handed that ball off. That was a run play. That was not a play action. That was a run play.
6 more yards and they'll put
That's not good. Do I go Randy Moss across the middle here? Maybe not. He's kind of open. Randy, no! Randy, catch the ball, Randy! Come on, man!
way too high on that pass.
Randy's got to catch that. Randy's got to catch that. 3rd and goal.
The Bucks come out on a nickel.
Tony.
Throwing.
Boom! 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 Tony G.
He does a great job
Let's go.
avoiding the jam at the line of scrimmage and giving us
That's what I'm talking about,
in
baby.
the end zone.
Can I make this kick though? That's the big question. Oh, great kick. Let's go.
The kick is up.
That's why you get Adam Vinatieri, by the way.
Good. Down the field they went efficiently and effectively.
God, the soundtrack in this game is unbelievable.
To the end zone.
And the offense played every down with intensity.
I can't see the meter.
Want your team to play the
There we go.
entire game.
It's just so slow with Adam Vinatieri. It's so nice.
Downfield.
Oops, I didn't mean to dive with him. How do I'm changing players. I'm trying to sprint. I think sprint. What did they say sprint was on defense?
20.
Hold on. Now I gotta look. What did they say sprint was on defense? Nope, that's not the right thing. Settings, control layout, defense, sprint is circle. That's right. Why is it circle?
And we go back to the game.
Circle's the worst button to have for the sprint.
Only one man back.
Can we get to him? Can we get a sack on Collins? I think it's Kerry Collins.
Pressure coming.
Oh! T-Sizzle!
The 10. Terrell Suggs.
Pick six!
There for the touchdown.
First play of the game on defense. What? Let's go! That guy had a turkey leg. Did you see that? I can't believe Terrell Suggs has our first pick of the series, and it's a pick six.
They'll line up for the extra point.
Adam Vinatieri should be able to make this, and it's easy. Well, that's a quick 14-0. How do you, I wonder if there's a way to quick sim. I don't know if that was in the game back then. If I hit quit, I may have to play this whole game, actually. There might not be a way to quick sim. I thought that there was. I might be thinking of a different game.
And we're back.
All right, I don't know how much of the rest of the game you'll see. I might show you like the cool highlights or something if anything crazy happens, but a 14-0 lead is pretty sick. A 14-0 lead is pretty sick. I can't believe that Kerry Collins just threw right to me.
From the 4.
Palomalu. Ah, that wasn't the greatest hit. I probably should have went hit stick there.
The interception the last time this offense had the ball, and they'll be looking to
The fact that Terrell Suggs is in coverage in the first place is kind of crazy.
only one man in the backfield.
Oh, picked it up! Ah! I promise you, I'm not like hacking.
Back was ready to get hit.
He's thrown 2 passes. I don't know what the difficulty is just on normal. I didn't like change the difficulty. It's whatever the base difficulty is. But he's thrown 2 passes. He's thrown 2 picks. Oh my God, we are unbelievable right now. Am I great?
It's like having a bumblebee in your helmet. You just can't get rid of it.
I might be like really great at this game. There's a possibility.
Dropping back.
I'm going Randy Moss. I mean, oh, he got picked. Even in this game, it happens. I can't escape it.
Pass had very little touch, John.
He had the right idea.
Even this freaking game, my wide receivers get picked. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, we got to go Tony Gonzalez, right?
Quarterback back in the shotgun. He surveyed
Tony Gonzalez wide open. He's got it. Touchdown number 2 for Tony G.
for the touchdown.
Oh, we're cooking. I'm having fun. I'm having some fun. 21-0. I like this. We might actually get to see Ben Roethlisberger a little bit.
They'll get set for the extra point.
If we get a third interception on the third pass that Kerry Collins has thrown, then something's up. Do I have like some sort of magnetic attraction to the football? I don't like that this stat thing takes forever to go away.
And he got all of that one. A great kick.
All right, let's see if we can get a hit stick on this.
From the 3.
Oh, what? I tried the hit stick. All right, Kerry. I know you want to throw a third straight interception. I know. I can see it. Like, it's written all over your face. I can see you want to do that. Come on, Kerry. I believe in you. I know you want to do it. Oh, they run. No, he passed. Pick it. Oh, Donald Driver. Oh.
The 30, the 20, the 10. Donald Driver is in there for the score.
You know what? GG's. GG's, Donald Driver. GG's. That's unbelievable. I tried to go for the third straight pick. It was a little bit too high, and it worked out for Donald Driver. Nobody was back there to cover him, so that's tough. It's a really high kick. That's what we call in the business tough. What an insane game, though. 21-7. There's been a pick 6. All right, Steve, what you got for me? Steve, nothing much. I want to bomb one to Randy Moss. I really do. I got to find just Randy Moss just going money. There we go. The wrong option. I'm just going to bomb it to Randy. I don't care who's open. I don't have time. Randy, no! They were ready for it. No, he wasn't invisible. I just didn't get the ball as far as I wanted to because I got pass rush. Come on, Randy, get open. No, Randy's not open. Is that open? Not really. Oh, I caught! They went right through him. I don't know how that happened. He's doing Superman. How did that happen? That had to have gone right through him. Wait, how do I do this? Zoom in like this? Okay. So Palmer steps back. He drops back. He's not open. He overcommitted. He had the pick. Oh, even in the game, they cut it off early. I don't know how he was able to catch this. That's super lucky. Super, super lucky.
It's 1st and 10.
It's a good thing the quarters aren't super long. Look at Rudy Johnson go.
He got hit so hard he darn near had to take a taxi back to the stadium.
He got hit so hard, he darn near had to take a taxi back to the stadium. That is one of the quotes of all time. Oh, it almost got picked. Man, this Buccaneer defense is pressuring me like crazy right now.
The quarterback can get a little excited out there at times. Maybe that's what caused him to rush the throw a bit.
And this is the 5th play of
I didn't try to rush the throw. I was trying to get it to Randy Moss.
The quarterback is back in the shotgun. Looking down,
I think Dixon's open. Dixon's our third receiver. He's really bad. He's not that great. And he's getting a lot of usage.
This is a great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here, but this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
We're going Steve Smith. End zone, Steve! Oh. That would have been unbelievable.
And he made the play when really the receiver should have had it. Moving to meet the ball is something that some receivers don't do well.
Oh, Randy's wide open. Oh, playmaker. Good job, Randy. I want to hit him with just an unbelievable pass. I know he can do it. I guess the question is, can Carson get it to him? Steve? That was a fadeaway. You see that from Palmer? That was kind of a crazy fadeaway. Did we hit our 3rd touchdown to Tony Gonzalez? Tony G! Number 3! Oh, mama. We're feeding Tony Gonzalez today. Look at Tony. That's why you take a tight end. He almost ran right into Randy Moss. And he spiked. He was going to go for the Gronk spike. You're going to deny me the Gronk spike. Unbelievable. Carson's on fire right now, ladies and gentlemen. Carson Palmer's on fire. Vinatieri drills the extra point. The only problem is I don't want to quit out of this game, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the rest of the game. If anything crazy happens, I will bring you back in to show you, but I think I'm just going to get through this so that we can get through the rest of the episode, because the clock doesn't move fast enough for me to play this entire game out. If it did, if there was accelerated clock, then for sure I'd play it, but I think we're just gonna move on. We've seen enough. All right, so I thought I'd bring you back in. We have an injury on the field. Carson Palmer has hurt himself. It's not ideal, I'll say that much. We're into the third quarter, but Ben Roethlisberger is into the game now. He's already thrown a pass today because we threw the first pass of the game. And he's taken a sack as well. This defense has been, like, unbelievably on my entire team. It's crazy. I haven't experienced something like this in Madden 05. I mean, I have literal no time. That's a pick play. How is that not a... I don't know. Anyway, again, if anything else happens, I'll bring you back in. We've got an update on the injury. We've got an update. They were talking about it, but we have an update on the injury. It's 8 weeks. 8 weeks for Carson Palmer. I don't know how I can see it. Injury report. Here we go. Yeah. Osi and Minora, these guys are out as well. They got hurt in the preseason, it looks like. But 8 weeks for Carson Palmer. So, that's fun. All right, we did it. 37-27. We beat Tampa Bay to start our first year 1-0. Unfortunately, we did suffer a major loss with Carson Palmer being done for 8 weeks with a broken elbow. That does suck pretty bad. But Ben Roethlisberger did not play bad in this game at all. I did throw a pick with him, at least one, I think. I can't remember exactly how many picks I threw, but I'm not very good at this game, if you couldn't tell. But I did pick off Kerry Collins 6 times. 6 times we intercepted Kerry Collins. It was amazing. I didn't get another pick 6, but still, it was fantastic. Tony Gonzalez had a great game. So Carson Palmer had 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick before he got hurt. He's out for 8 weeks, like I showed you. Roethlisberger was great as well, 122 yards. He did throw the pick, but he did not play bad. Rushing-wise, I was very hard to run the football. 23 carries for 83 yards. It was very hard. Receiving, Tony Gonzalez was unstoppable. 10 catches for 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. Steve Smith was fantastic. Randy Moss was great. Love it all. Love it, love it, love it all. And then obviously we got ourselves the 6 picks. All right, since that took so long to get through the first game, we're not going to jump in any more games this season. I only jumped in that game, 1, because I wanted to get some gameplay, but 2, I thought there was a quick sim feature that you could sim out, but it must be too early in the Madden era for that to be a thing, so that's my bad. But what we're going to do is we're going to check off all of these games, and then we're going to simulate the season and see how the team does. Very curious. We're going to put the controller down and let it work. How are we going to simulate? That's the big question. Because I don't think we're that good of a team, especially with Roethlisberger being the starter now, because Palmer's injured. I don't know how we're going to sim. We lose our first game to the Giants, 16-21. I'm assuming we're going to probably lose a good amount of games this season. That's kind of what I'm guessing. We do beat the Cowboys, though. Cowboys are 0-3. They must not have drafted very well in the fantasy draft. And we beat the Browns as well on Sunday. So we're 3-1. That's pretty good. Although we did play the Cowboys and Browns who were bad, but still. The real test will be the Ravens. And we beat them 24-20, their first loss of the year. Maybe we're not going to be as bad as I thought. Although we do lose to the Bears right after. I don't know. I can't really gauge how good we're going to be. Maybe we're just having a good stretch because we're not playing teams that are that good this year. I don't know. But I feel like we have something special here with this team. We do lose to Green Bay, so maybe I was wrong about having something special. We beat the Lions, though. We're 5-3. Maybe Big Ben is the right guy for the job. Maybe I overlooked him. I thought Palmer was going to be the guy. He gets hurt. Ben steps up. Who knows? We also beat the Bengals. We are 6-3 right now. This whole Palmer Roethlisberger situation reminds me, it's very Bledsoe Brady. The former number one overall pick goes down with an injury. The young up and coming guy starts the game, starts the season, takes over, and then we win a Super Bowl. That's the hope that we can maybe recapture that magic here in Washington. We do lose to Philadelphia though, which is not good. That's a divisional matchup. They're not that good. We should have beat them. We do come back and beat the Steelers though. 7-4. There's a really good shot that we can make the playoffs here, which would be super sick. I did not think I drafted a team good enough to make the playoffs, but maybe I was wrong. We do end up losing to the Giants. We keep losing these conference games or these division games. We can't really be losing these division games. We have to be winning them, especially against bad teams like Philadelphia. And we get swept by the Eagles, another loss. Oh, maybe I jinxed myself when I said we might make the playoffs. Although we do come back and beat the 49ers, so we're 8-6 right now. I think we're second in the Giants are 9-5, so we're second in the conference right or in the division right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. We got 2 games left. If we can go 10-6, that'd be really nice. We suffer a devastating loss to the at the time 2-win Cowboys. We can't have that. We can't lose the Cowboys. That might have ended our playoffs hopes. And then we lose to the Vikings. We don't even score a point. So we finish the season 8-8. Man, why'd they have to tease me like that? Why'd they have to tease me? I thought maybe we had a chance at making the playoffs, and then we had the 2-win Cowboys and they beat us, man. That's tough. That is tough. We get some records, I guess. Most field goals in a season for John Hall. Good for him. All right, so I'm assuming we didn't make the playoffs. We could take a look at the standings. If we go to the NFC, yeah, we just made it on the outside. We're just on the outside looking in. If we would have just beaten the Cowboys, man, we might have been in right here with one of these final teams, but that's tough. That is real tough. Sometimes that happens, though. All right, let's take a look at the stats. Let's take a look at the stats in the season.
Wild card weekend, and thanks for joining us on the Tony Bruno Show. There was some drama in the NFL last week, and we'll talk about it in a moment. There is information aplenty coming your way. You don't want to miss it, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
So it looks like even when Carson Palmer came back from injury, Ben Roethlisberger still played, and he had 19 touchdowns, 23 picks. That's probably why we lost so many games. I guess I thought that when Palmer came back, he would just get put into the starting spot, but I was wrong. So that's on me. Rudy Johnson does get 1,000 yards.
Fans, this is the
Steve Smith gets 1,000 yards. Randy Moss gets close.
The question of the day.
Tony Gonzalez doesn't.
At the end of 2003, 4 quarterbacks in the entire history of the
10
NFL
sacks for
had
Julius
won
Peppers.
3 MVP awards. They are Brett Favre, Y.A. Tittle, Johnny Unitas, and who? We need to take our first caller now for the question.
Joe Montana?
We're talking about NFL MVPs. Caller, what do you have for us?
I'm fairly certain it was Joe Montana.
Oh.
Nope. Not the league MVP. He had 3 Super Bowl MVP awards, though. Okay, we got another caller on the line.
Is
Who
it
wants to
Marino?
answer the question of the day?
I don't
Who's
know.
that 4th quarterback MVP?
Hey, Tony. Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner?
Ooh, good guess, but he actually only was named MVP twice, not Super Bowl MVP.
Why would he guess Kurt Warner? Come on. What kind of guess is that? 10 sacks for Julius Peppers, though, is pretty good. Cornelius Griffin had 7. Will Fork had 7. 5 picks for Jeremetrius Butler. Sammy Davis had 5 picks. Ed Reed had 3. 2 for Sean Taylor as a rookie. Suggs had 2, including that pick 6 we had in the game in week 1.
Dateline Detroit. The Lions have clinched home field advantage in the playoffs. This is a team that's been on a roll since their first victory. They've steamrolled their competition. They've displayed a great attitude. They've played like the NFL was meant to be played. You just can't say enough about them and their head coach. He's kept it all in perspective.
I definitely
That's the
screwed
kind
up
of
not having
leadership
Palmer
any team
start.
needs.
That's my fault. That is my fault. All right, so let's get through the playoffs here, if we can. Weekly schedule. Simulate the round. Get through the playoffs. I think this is the quickest way to do it. I'm not actually sure. Patriots lost. That sucks. Simulate the divisional round. Unfortunately, we did not make the playoffs. We could have if we would have just won a few games, but it's on me, I think. I probably should have I probably should have thought about putting Palmer back in. I didn't even think about when he got back healthy to put him back in. And Tony Bruno wasn't lying. The Lions are in the Super Bowl right now. Who won it? The Bills are your Super Bowl champions. All right, good for the Buffalo Bills. Advance to owner mode in the off season. Yes, I will advance to owner mode in the off season. We are ready to go for the off season. Let's do this thing. All right, this is the owner's box. So we've got our chance to do all the normal owner stuff, set the price of the tickets, concessions, all that kind of stuff. We can do all that. So our total assets are 29.35 million. Our income is 147 million. That's good. Our expenses 117 million. So our net income is 29.35. I think that's pretty good. We were in the green. That's solid. I'm ready to advance to the off season. I don't remember how the off season works in this game. I'm not 100% sure. So let's take a look at the schedule here. We got retired players: Aeneas Williams, Lorenzo Neal, Darren Woodson, Rod Woodson, Jimmy Smith, William Henderson. A lot of the big name guys that you're familiar with. Junior Seau, rest in peace. A lot of guys that you guys know and love. Jerry Rice. Yeah, some big time names here. Some big time Hall of Famers. Emmitt Smith is gone as well. So some big time names are calling it a career. Restricted free agents. See, this game has restricted free agents. That's pretty cool. We don't have any restricted free agents. That's good. Our salary cap is 94.99 million. Our cap room is 20.87. So we can't, unfortunately, I would like, as much as I would like to, we can't just go out and spend a bunch of free agency money, even though I'd really want to. So this is our free agents that we have, so we can re-sign Rudy Johnson. We probably need to re-sign Rudy Johnson, don't we? Let's get Rudy Johnson re-signed. Even though he didn't really do that well, I still want to get him back. So let's re-sign him, but I don't want to pay him too much. He's pretty interested in this, so let's just get him about $4 million. Let's offer him that and see what he says. He accepts. Perfect. So Randy Johnson's back. Rudy Johnson's back. Let's get Kareem McKenzie back as well. Probably going to need him back, so we'll offer him that. He's done as well. These guys aren't necessarily needed to get back, but I'll get him back anyway. We have the money. Let's get Monty Beasley. A 3-year deal is probably not what I want. Let's do a 2-year deal. All right, he's back. The punter, I guess we'll get the punter back. What does it really matter? All right, the punter's back. And then these two guys, I guess I'll bring them back. Just so we have players on the roster. Sometimes I do fall into that trap where I don't have anybody on the roster because I don't take the time to, oh my God, that's a long-term contract. Because I don't take the time to sign everybody. So now there we go. We got everybody signed up. We could do extensions, but I don't really have the money to do extensions right now, so I'm not going to do that. Let's go to rookie scouting. I'm very curious to see how this works because I don't honestly remember. I think I've done it before, but I don't really remember. All right, so here we are at the rookie scouting, and I'm not sure what draft pick we have. I'm assuming we're going to have a decent draft pick because we were out of the playoffs, but we're not going to have like anything too great. I don't think we need a quarterback. We definitely need to scout some running backs. That's for sure. So I'll scout the first like 3 running backs. We definitely need some wide receivers as well. So we'll scout a couple wide receivers. We don't need a tight end. We probably don't need do we need a guard? I don't think we need a guard. We probably could use at least a couple edge rushers and maybe a couple D tackles. And then definitely some corners for sure. So I think those are going to be the guys that we scout at the combine. And it looks like our guys. Can I see what I scout? Okay, so here's our targets. So a 4.3 40 time for this wide receiver looks pretty good. These guys all look fairly good. And we can scout them again, I think, to learn even more about them. So I might as well scout them all again because these guys, one of these guys I'm going to take in the first round, I would assume. So we advance to that. We learn a little bit more. Yeah, we learned a little bit more about them. I guess we just keep scouting them. This is kind of cool. I like this process. It's not too complicated. So now we know everything that there is to know about these guys. All right. That's pretty good. I like that. And now it's time for the NFL draft. What pick do we even have?
Dallas is now on.
Dallas is the first pick. Draft speed, fast. Oh, okay. We have, a trade. Okay.
Washington.
We have pick 17. Okay. So pick 17. The scouted players, we still have basically everybody that we want, which is good. A 5'9" wide receiver in Ralph Stradling. He did run a 4.3 40 time, which is pretty interesting. But we also could use a corner. He's also 5'9" though. Why is everybody so short? Everybody's 5'9". The first three guys I didn't even realize that. The first three guys I scouted are 5'9". I didn't even register that. Did we go with the wide receiver? I kind of want to. This guy's 24 years old. Well, we're not going with him. My God, all these guys are super old. I didn't know I was in the draft where like all the baseball players came out. I think I'm gonna take Ralph Stradlin, big time wide receiver. Pair him alongside Randy Moss and Steve Smith, and maybe some magic can happen. Maybe some magic can happen. I don't know. Probably not, though.
Washington now on the clock.
All right, we still got some guys scouted. Only a couple, though. I probably should take this defensive tackle. We do need one. Let's grab Troy Bruce. That's going to be our second-round pick. I'm probably only going to go until all of my scouted guys are done. So if this is the last guy that I have scouted that's on my board, then I'll probably just simulate the rest of the draft. We'll take a look and see. Okay, we have one guy left scouted. It's another wide receiver. We might as well take him. He's from Grambling State. So we end up taking two wide receivers in the draft. Whatever. Not that big of a deal. Let's simulate the rest of the NFL draft. All right, draft is done, so now we can sign our draft picks. I'm hoping we got some good guys, but I don't really know. We took Ralph Stradlin. We're going to get him signed up. He's only 5'9". That's going to be pretty. He's a 70 overall. At 17, pick number 17, I don't hate that. It's not amazing. 76 for Troy Bruce, though. That's a better pickup. I like that a lot. And then this is the last guy that we ended up taking ourselves. He ends up being a 68. Not too shocked about that. They took a fullback in the 4th round. Okay, I don't know if I would have done that, but whatever. He's a 59. Then a right guard, Desmond Simpson. He is a 64. And then Raymond Brady's a free safety. And the roster's full. Well, you know what? Can I cut the fullback? I know I just signed him, but can I? Hold on. Of course my roster's full. View roster. All right, who do I cut? I just re-signed Rod Smarts. I probably cut one of these. Yeah, Vinny Sutherland, I think I got to cut you. Sorry, dog. I didn't mean to cut you, but I had to. It's just business. Because we want this free safety. He's probably going to be really bad, but at least he's a rookie. And he's going to be a 65. All right, and then we took a right tackle. Randall Hansen. Is he going to be any good? The roster's full, that's right. He's probably not going to be any good anyway. I'm not going to sign him. He's not going to be any good. So let's get to free agent signing. We don't have that much money, and our roster's full. So I'll take a peek at free agency, but we're probably not going to be able to make any splash moves. It is a little bit disappointing not to be able to make any splash moves, but it is what it is. Although this free agency class does not look that good. I wonder if because of the fantasy draft, all the contracts got messed up like it does in modern Madden. That looks to be the case because this free agency class is nothing special. So maybe it's good that we don't have the money to spend because I'm not really itching to sign any of these guys. So I think we're just going to skip out of free agency. I don't think we need anybody here. Even though our team is not like that good, I really do think that because I didn't put Palmer in as the starter, I think that's why we struggled. If Palmer was in, I bet we win more of those games. So maybe season 2 is going to end up being better for us. So we've made it to the reordering the depth charts, and Ben Roethlisberger has grown to an 84 overall. He is a higher overall than Carson Palmer. So maybe we just stick with Ben. I mean, he started all last year anyway, so maybe we just stick with him, and now that he's a higher overall, maybe he can turn into something. I don't know. Very interesting there. Rudy Johnson's an 89 overall. Steven Jackson's an 86. Randy Moss a 98. Steve Smith a 92. I'm very curious to see how Ralph Stradlin develops. He's got 93 speed. We'll see how that plays out. Tony Gonzalez is 97. Our offensive line is actually pretty solid. Pepper's 94. Will Smith is in at 80. You got Cornelius Griffin 87 and Vince Wilfork's an 82. Then you got Suggs 88. Brewski 88. Beasel, whatever his name is, he's a 79. And then Gamble's an 80. Butler's an 83. Sammy Davis an 83. Nnamdi Asomugha was a 75. I thought he'd grow a little bit further. Sean Taylor's an 88, no surprise there. He's a freak. And then Ed Reed is an 97. So, I mean, our team is very good. It's very, very good. And I think I'm going to let Ben Roethlisberger be the starter. I mean, why not? He's an 84 overall. What did he grow up from? what did he develop from? I forget what he was at the beginning of this episode. I guess I could go back and look, but that's gonna do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, channel, join the Juice Club. As I said, as I said, I'm probably gonna put this series on pause for a little bit, just because College Bowl 27 is right around the corner and out now as of you're seeing this video on Thursday. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. We might pop one in every once in a while, but we might not have this series for a while and then come back later in the year once we kind of figure out our schedule and everything. So I don't know, but that's gonna do it for me. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, channel, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.